What's up, guys? It's your boy Jam, and we are back with another video. This is a video I actually haven't done one of yet, but I haven't touched a video on any sort of genning or stuff because it's really, it's a complicated field when it comes to Pokemon. But this is something I wanted to react to very directly because since I got Twitter, this was one of the first guys I actually followed. PKHEX or Kurt. He's one of the creators of PKHEX, and he's like. To many people, it would seem like weird, like, oh, he created PKHEX back out, which I'll just say it right now. I don't care if people gen casually. It's so tempting for me to want to grab my power save sometimes, just whip up stuff and send Sword Shield, which I'm definitely going to do for Blister Diamond, or Brilliant Diamond Shining Pearl when Home comes out. But Sword Shield's so more iffy for me. I just don't touch it very often, but it's tempting to at times. Like, it's so tempting. But if there's one thing I will never, ever condone, attack mons in VGC, and it's just because in a simple base, it's, it brings a huge advantage of time. It's just not fair. There's a money reward. I would never condone it, and that's just right now, which is why I couldn't react to this, because this is so interesting to me, because the creator of PKHEX used his software that other people used to figure out flaws in competitive teams. It's so interesting to me, because an auto legality check only checks so much. There's so much inner code of Pokemon that you would have to, in theory, gen in, that they just don't because it doesn't go through a hack check. So that's what he kind of did. So on here, he has all the teams of like VGC players, and you can go through and you can find out which ones have issues. And the way you can do that is you can look for this little like triangle like warning. Every single one of those Pokemon have a near flaw in them or some sort of code or data that makes it illegitimate. And I think he even touches base on some mons that don't have one, because I remember like just skimming through this, something about a Regieleki, but he doesn't have any of the flags on a Regieleki, from what I can tell. So I'm actually really interested to hear about this. Going down, all of them have issues, rental codes is here. And he kind of started, I just want to go through these teams and kind of see what is really interesting, because you can really dive down into these. And it's just so like interesting to see like what data a Pokemon has that makes it illegitimate. So we have Fezzi's team has 3 missing home trackers. Now, there's going to be some terminology here that's really weird, because when you really data mine a Pokemon, there's so much like things about it that just make it really iffy and stuff. It's like, oh, okay. So home trackers, so 3 missing home trackers. I'm not sure what that means, but if I had to take an estimated guess, because we can actually open up right here. So one of the things I noticed is Met Locations Dream Radar. So okay, so that actually makes a lot of sense. So what a home tracker is, I can just tell you right now, just this. Basically, it means where's this tracked from? Because one thing you notice is that this has a very direct Pokemon Bank Met Locations. This is Pokemon Dream Radar, and this is Poketrans from Fire Red. So pretty much, if a Pokemon is from home, it has to have a home tracker. When you don't have a home tracker, that means it was generated very directly into Sword Shield without any home, which is really interesting, because why did you even gen a Blastoise in Fire Red from Fire Red location? I guess it would look cool. But then same with Dream Radar. Like Dream Radar has a home tracker because it's from Dream Radar, meaning you have to send it up very much from Dream Radar to Black White 2 to Bank to home. It's a process. So we have that. And we have the Pokemon Bank one. So I'm assuming this is the Pokemon Bank event because it comes directly from Bank. And no home tracker. So yeah, that would need... And another thing he actually caught out, which is super interesting to me, is that the digits for the secret IDs, the last 5, are the same. You have to consider that every digit has a 1 in 10 chance of, like, not even getting into, like, the real, like, statistics of a secret ID, just a general, like, randomized, like, ID. It's a 1 in 10 for everything, so for all these to be the same from a Shield game to this, that's suspicious. Fire Red, like, that, yeah, that's guaranteed gen. Good catch, good catch. And yeah, so that's basically with this team. Thundurus has no max layer correlation. So I actually want to read about this. So I don't know what max layer correlation means. If I could find something on here, I know I'd be able to decipher it out. But what I'm going to assume it means is probably the same trainer ID with no history, if I had to guess. So I'm not sure, so I won't really touch base on that. Kevin's team's audit via so let's explain the auto legality mon. So basically what the auto legality mon is, and people can feel free to correct me if you're watching this, because I may be wrong in this stuff. I don't do PKHEX. When I do gen, in the very small case I do, it's usually with power saves. or a Discord bot in a rare sense. There's no hacked mod I have right now on Sword Shield. But Kevin's team is obviously generated via the auto legality mod. And basically what that means is it checks for all the basics. Does it have the right EVs? Does it have the right IVs? Does it have the right stats that a legal Pokemon have? But it misses a lot of details. Like, it misses basically whatever the VGC check does not care for. Like the height, weight, location data, RNG coding, all that stuff. So when he means that it was obviously generated via the auto legality mod, it means it has the basics, but it's missing stuff. And he doesn't really show that, 6IV and Shiny. Now, I'm going to make an assumption here. I'm going to assume if the creator of PKHEX is going to call out a 6IV Shiny, he did his own research to figure out it wasn't hyper-trained, because obviously a hyper-training's a thing now. Which, yes, a 6IV Shiny Registeel is more than guaranteed hacked. It hurts for me to say that, because I have a legit 5IV Cobalion with 127 IV, so it was very close to the roll. But even that was like a 1 in very low odd chance to even get the 2. And logically, that's not going to happen very often. So to have a 6 IV, it's like 1 in 27,000 or something weird like that, depending on its general location. So I'm just going to base off that if he actually brings it up. And Luke's team was obviously generated via PKHEX Legality mod, has 3 flawless legendaries, all captured on the same date, everything 508. So he's using the basic statistics. Makes sense because you have to consider RNG at the same time as a number roll. Meaning if something's so out of the realm, like a 6IV Shiny from Fire Red Leaf Green, for example, it's pretty safe to say that's impossible, not going to happen. I mean, do the calculation. Grab a calculator right now, times 1 in 31 to the power of 6, and then add the 1 in 8,192 change. It's just not going to happen. But, so basically what this is the 6 IVs, the flawless, yeah, the 0 attack. Now, when you see 0 attack, that's a little different. Because, and especially 0 speed, because you're never guaranteed to get the 0. It's a 1 in 31, like any other IV roll. So, basically, what he's doing right here is he's finding the 0 IV, which you can't bottle cap, and have all the other 31s, yeah, it's pretty suspicious. They have all the regular data right, but yeah, fastball 1, perfect IV, the 0, it's just very unlikely. And I'm actually wondering if he's going to have Wolfie Glick's team here, because that was one that really interested me and I wanted to react to, but I don't know if he is. And Reek's team, all with his OT, has a flawless top pheno of 0 height and weight. So this is something you really have to keep in mind here, because 0 height and weight is impossible data, I'm pretty sure. If not, yeah, it's impossible data. I can very safely assure that. So yeah, no max correlation. All 4 bred also have 0 height and weight, all on the same day. 3/4 shiny. Celestial is likely modified. Others lack memory of the handling trainer. So what he's saying here is that Celestial is most likely caught in game. And he says likely. It's obviously likely. No guarantee on that. Likely modified. He's saying it was probably caught in game, then taken into the PKHEX and generated from there, which obviously means it was hacked. Any sort of modification makes a Pokemon hacked. If I take one of my legit shinies right now and make it 6 IVs through my power saves, that's hacking. Others lack memory, meaning they were just straight from PKHEX. If you lack memory, obviously that's a hack. Memories, yeah, 0 fob memory. Dude, short she's off by normal case, it's legal to be lacking, but sus for all lack. Okay, yeah. So it can have no memory, but for all of them to have it, that's really weird. It's almost a guarantee from that. The 0 attack, yeah, that's pretty big. I was hoping he'd have a picture of the Celestelia. I guess I kind of have to just go through. My screen, for some reason, doesn't want to go through it, so I'm not going to be able to see Celestelia, very sadly, but I can scroll down here and see, like, this stuff. Date met, all met on the same day. 4 false IVs, Brad saying did not select bad IV roll. Yeah. Obvious stuff. Here we go. Antonio's team has a Dragapult, Colossal, Moltres without the Overworld RNG correlation. So no RNG mixes in there. Red flag. Urshifu has flawless IVs. Oddly, all have 5 IV marking pattern. Totally believable. You randomly capture 6 IV. PAD correlation doesn't max. Okay, yeah. We got this dive ball too. I'm really trying to like notice stuff with this because a lot of this is just terminology I'm not familiar with. Here we go. Here's the Urshifu. Obviously, he's got the all 6 IV, which once again, I'm gonna have to heavily assume that if this guy is calling out the 6IV knowing there's hyper training, and he created PKHEX, he probably has the ability to tell whether it's hyper trained or not. Obviously, I don't from this, but I have to infer. And if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I will admit it because it's part of being an adult. But I'm just going to infer with that. Nick's team has a Whimsicott and valid ability bit flag. I'm not sure what that means. Okay, all bits are set. Okay, so that's probably what it means. Top Phoenix for Ultra Instrument has flawless IVs for a static encounter capture, which is super suspicious, yes. Once again, to actually get a 1 in 31 with 3 IV rolls, it's about 1 in 27,000, I'm pretty sure. So it's 27,000 something. It's somewhere around there. Very suspicious, as I've stated. And it's just really not there. So we can actually look at this. I want to see what the ability bit flag is, because I'm really curious. Ability prankster 0. I don't know what that means. I actually can't infer it, but yeah, there's stuff with that. Like, he's really getting into this. Tapu Fini, yep, the flawless, plus a 0, very suspicious. Now, Raikou, that's interesting. That is very interesting, because look, okay, I was looking at the IVs, I was like, what? I didn't see 0, that was on me, my bad. No, okay, the IVs for the Raikou are 431s and 230s, which is strange. Especially being a shiny. Battle version sword met location tracker. So it meets all the history data. They met 7/21/2015. That's interesting. So they got the date right, which if you did Gen, nice touch. Like, good attempt. I give you props for that. But although both Gen Sing can be RNG using custody firmware, it'd be the RNG state, getting flawless of his heart, even flawless shiny. Yeah, flawless shinies is a whole different story. So how many of these do we have? Okay, so we're not going through too many more. Israel's team has 4 sharing the same height and weight, even the encrypting constant. Took the time to change all the dates and fill memory. I forgot the small details. Okay, so yeah, looking at this, height and weight, yeah, that's really sus that they all have the same height and weight. I agree. Can we look at any of the original location? Because it'd be really interesting if they all have the same 2202. But say the Amogus was from XY, that would be really crazy and a very big red flag, a guarantee flag that is hacked. Renzo's global exhibition team was posted on Twitter. This is a third different flawless Regieleki. This time not shiny. Why not reinforce power ones? Note the COT for 0 perhaps usual meme. Okay, so this is interesting. So he's had 3 perfect IVs once. One of them being, or 2 of them being shiny, which I don't even have to get into the odds of why that's unlikely. But yeah, especially all having the 0 attack. It's just not logical. Yeah, there's just certain things, there are certain things, like I stated earlier, that are just kind of a guaranteed hack. You just know. Leonardo Miles' team was posted on Twitter. 5'6" share the same height weight. 2 different OTs and has a modified flawless Lapras with no raid seed. In a Twitter reply, someone asked the best way to get a 0 attack. LOL, just inject. So he's gonna show the tweet. What's the best way? I don't know if he shows the just inject. That's show the evidence. Come on. But I mean, basically what he's saying is it was a modified Lapras caught in getting the modified. Here we go, some height and weight information. He has a lot of stuff like rolling date met, and then yes, he's got a lot of stuff going around here. But touching on the Lapras, Ball Master Ball. Okay, so that would make sense if you caught it in a Master Ball, which is probably why he's saying it's modified. Not sure what the IV situation is here. It probably modified. I assume by modified, it means taken from the raid and changed the IVs or such. Because those are really suspicious IVs for a legit one. Now, obviously, I'm not going to state, if it was a G-Max raid one, if it was a bread one, that'd be a different story. Obviously, with an Incineroar, perfectly believable you get these IVs. I mean, if you have 2 6 IVs you're breeding, you'll have a 1 in. So, really, it's not hard to get a 6 IV Regularmon. I have a ton of them. But, yeah, so that's interesting to know. I have nothing really to say about these. So, let's see what else he said. This is a team and used amount regional enjoy using it. So, he's showing the team. All right. So he must have a tweet. Okay, so one of these Speaker teams posted on Twitter captured 3 flaws, 5 legendary. So I'm probably not going to click on all these because it's the same stuff. Yeah, 3 flaws, 508. So I'm gonna explain the 508 the best way I can. I'm not too big on it. So basically, when you're running EVs, you hit a certain amount. Like obviously, if you use a protein to raise attack, you get 10 each time. That adds up. When you're doing EV training, logically you want to go the fastest route, and that's when you're going to do like Pokerus and stuff. In a simple terms, it's nearly impossible to hit a 508. So 252, 252, 4, I guess. Because for those who don't know, after you hit 252, 252, you basically max out at 6 after. But only 4 IVs are actually used. So let's say I have a Charizard and I get 252 special attack, 252 speed, and I want to max the rest on HP. I'm going to get 6 IVs in my HP, but only 4 of those are going to be viable. So basically, for all these teams that have 252, 252, 4, it's really suspicious, and it's a very hard roll to hit. In fact, I think there's only one method to really logically do it, and it's not one that many people use. I don't remember what it was. But that's basically why he's saying 3 flaws, 508, because it's a very hard EV count to get to. So 3 better Pokemon have the same one, and height and weight and encryption constant. Finny and Landers have the same as well. So yeah, so he's shown a lot of teams' conclusion. He's not impacted by it directly, and this is kind of, so we're at the end of this. So basically, this is what I want to say about genning in VGC. Like I said, I don't care when people gen in regular game. I mean, I have the power saves. I'm so tempted to use it. I plan to use it when Home comes out in Blue and Diamond Shining Pearl, and that's going to be huge. But when you're in a competition for money, and time is a huge... People say that it doesn't like have an advantage, but when you're in a timed competition, experience is a huge advantage. So every battle that you do, you gen up 18 to 6. Every battle you do in the time it takes someone else to breed a team of 6 or soft reset, that's experience for you. And even with 2 6 IVs, it's really, you still have to get the right rolls. And it doesn't always come out fast. It's RNG at the end of the day. So that's really all I want to say. And like this guy said, are given multiple ways in-game to obtain competitive teams. And Pokemon has made it really easy. We've got Hyper Training, we have Experience Candy. Raid events give you a ton. I currently have like 900 XL candies in my games. So they're really easy to get. Yeah, all evidence are discarded as options. So yeah, like if you're going to do ranked, don't be that guy. It's really not cool. And one thing you'll actually interestingly notice if you go through this is that the Japanese players are actually all legit. Almost all of them are legit, and that's because Japan has very strict rules. It's actually illegal to mod a gaming device. It goes against some, like, ethic law, and you can actually go to jail for it. I'm not kidding you, look it up. But basically, yeah, I'm not a burlesque fight. I'm not going to sit here and say, you're a scumbag, drink basic, no. But it's just not right. Don't do it. Like, these are interesting videos to go over. Like, this is all cool information to see. That's basically the end of the video. If you guys enjoyed, make sure to subscribe. Channel links in the description. My main channel, Twitch, Discord. Follow my Twitter. And I hope everyone has an awesome day. Boy Jim is signing out, and